YouTube land. My name is Mirabel Hernandez Trejo, aka Latina in California. I want to bring a quick shout out to all of you guys that have been following me. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now it's time to grow. It's time for our website or YouTube channel to grow. So we're just going to go ahead and ask people to subscribe to my channel. Our big goal today is to get 10 subscribers today. And the goal of this is to have an awareness of subjects in the world such as mental health illnesses, alcoholism, fatherless, motherless babies. Let's also talk about in our videos, on my channels. I'm also going to be talking about carnivalism. We're going to talk about spirituality. We're going to talk about babies being born with disorders, diseases. We're going to talk about a little bit about everything. We're going to talk about animal consumption. We're going to talk about parents having too much work, too little communication before marriage. We're going to talk about, let's inform the world about what it's like to be married. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In the beginning was the woman, and the woman had a child, and the child was with God, which is a three type of being. And we're going to talk about that. I really want to stress to you what it's like to be in the mentality of being with God. And there is something that I wanted to share with you guys the other day. I just didn't have enough time, and I probably won't have time today, but it's right here. No, I don't have it. It's right in the top of my head. Okay, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was God in the beginning. So He was God in the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, okay? In the beginning was the Word. Not just the literal word, but the spoken word. Not just the written word, but the spoken word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. Like inside of us, there is words. So we're going to use our words. I'm going to use my words in this YouTube channel to make it a profitable world. A profitable world, meaning we're going to change the world one YouTube video at a time. And the Word was with God, and the Word with me, made out of God's own hands, made out of God's own womb, made out of God's own being. Because if my mom was made out of God's hands, I am made out of God's hands. It is one in the same. So He was with God in the beginning. Who was with God? And the Word was God. So the Word is God. So if God is the Word and the Word is God, then He is God in the beginning. So it's still one in the same. If you catch that, you will see a lot of different ways how God is talking to each and every one of us. So let's focus on animals for now. Do animals have the written word? Some say they do, some say they don't. I want to say, in the beginning was the breath of life. So if God chooses you to speak, you will speak. If God chooses you to moan, you will moan. If God chooses you to scream, you will scream. If God chooses you to squeak, you will squeak. If God uses you to chirp, you will chirp. So anything, if God uses you to bark, you will bark. If God uses you to meow, you will meow. And there is nothing wrong if God gives a person an ability to understand more heavenly things or more things of God. There is nothing wrong if a cat barks. There is nothing wrong if a dog meows. There is nothing wrong if a woman preaches. If God chose that, then that is okay. Some Christians might understand why I say that. It's simply because in the Bible it says that women won't preach, but the young girls will preach. So let's just keep a mentality of God chooses who He wants to, and that person has a willing heart. Then it's a go. Then it's a must. Then it's going. And then it says. So just for you guys that don't know, this is the book of John. The Word became flesh. It's verse 3. Through Him all things were made. Through Him all things were made. Through Him, through God, all things were made. The birds, for example, Jesus made birds out of wood. Those birds they came alive. They just became. They just were alive, you know. In the beginning of their life. So it's a lot of revelations right now, guys. It's not one thing or the other. It's many things. It's not this or this. It's this and this and this. So we're going to keep it like that because it's a lot of revelation. So through Him all things were made. Without Him nothing was made. So the woman can say, I am God because I conceive a man and a female. And I have, yes, you are a goddess that conceives a man and a female. But without Him, through Him all things were made. Without Him, nothing was made that has been made. So that's a little extra. That's a little extra. Like that. That's a little extra. Okay, that has been made. So the window was not made if the man hadn't made it. It's pretty much what it's saying. Okay? In Him was life, and that life was light of all mankind. I'm sorry. In Him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. All men should get to know this verse. It's verse 4. In Him was life. So in Him was already some life, huh? There was already some eggs in Him. Alright, in Him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. Some of you girls will know what I'm talking about. Just so you guys know, if a woman is interested in a man's physique, especially their buttocks, their booty, it's because they can thrust. So if you can understand biology, like earth science, like legitimately like freshman year biology, you can understand why so much emphasis on this right now. Okay, the light shines in the darkness. So Maribel shines in the darkness. Maribel shines in the darkness in Anaheim. She shines in Santa Ana. She shines in LA. She shines in freaking, what else is darkness? She shines in, can't think of any other city, I'm sorry. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. So the darkness has not yet overcome me. Anything that can overcome me, guys. Death. Death would have overcome me. Sleep. I am awake. I am alive. I have overcome darkness. When I sleep, there is darkness. And even when I sleep, I still dream, because not even when I am dreaming am I dead. So I have overcome the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome me. Okay. So I wanted to touch on that, but basically wanted to ask you guys, please subscribe. The goal today again is 10 subscribers. Ask your friends to subscribe, because I have my because you my videos will come to be a billion subscriber. 1 billion subscriber. I'm going to manifest that. Alrighty, guys, I need your support. So I need your support to 1 billion subscribers. Why do I need so many people to be watching my videos? Because one, I'm going to be talking about God. I'm going to be talking about marriage. I'm going to be talking about military spouses, military women, military man. I'm going to be talking about military children. I'm going to be talking about God's will against the military. God's will, because God lets you know, like, if you are going to sign up to the military, guys, please make sure that you fast, that you pray, that you, like, do everything in your possible will. Because after you start killing people and it goes against God's 10 commandments, there is no coming back. There is coming back from sexual immorality, like we have spoken about before. There is coming back from that, but I don't know if there's coming back from death, and especially killing God's people. I don't know, guys. You tell me. A little bit of logic tells me that after you killed, after God tells you thou shalt not kill, and He tells you do not cross the borders of going into the military. Well, don't do it. Don't do it. If you're gonna go into the military, make sure you go in knowing that you're not gonna kill. Make sure that you pass the test knowing what you're gonna do. Don't sign a contract where you know you're not going to be able to come back from, because then you're going to be guilty, you're going to feel guilt, and you're not going to be able to ask God for forgiveness, because God will use you, and He will use you however He wants to use you. One of the reasons why God led me away from my marriage, from the perfect military man, was because He already had killed. It did not link to me. Because of the 10 Commandments, I did not understand that my husband had already killed. I understood that he was an infantry corpsman, a medic, but I did not understand that he was also a sniper. So I am so sorry to all of the women who are already with somebody who has already been killed. But if you're planning to live in eternity with a man that is a murderer of God's people, then please make sure that you are not getting in the way of God's people, because God's people are going to paradise. I have been predestined to go to paradise, because ever since I was a kid, that's all I really ever prayed for: world peace and being allowed to be in heaven. And I wasn't going to be allowed to be in heaven if I was married to the wrong person. Okay, so if you want a little bit about sexual forgiveness, there's 1 John, first chapter, verse 9. God's forgiveness, a new life. God's forgiveness because. So I wrote this for you guys. So God forgives because He is passionate about us. He is passionate. Number one. Number two, He loves us. He loves us because He's passionate about us. Number three, He loves Jesus. And Jesus, believe it or not, when we say Jesus saved us that day through that prayer, because God, like, He listened to me. Allow me, God, to please allow me to be in paradise or in heaven with you when I grow up or when I die. So when Jesus died, before Jesus died, He prayed, forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they are doing. And He was asking about not only those people, but there is a rumor that He was asking for us too, because He saw our sin. But God is now going to be like, okay, I'm going to forgive those who hurt Him that day, and I'm going to ask Jesus specifically, who is He talking about, because it's time that we fix up this place. So I hope you understood what I was saying, that Jesus prayed for those people who were hurting Him. Even when they were hurting Him, please forgive them, for they do not know what they were doing. That is so painful. That is so painful for one, Jesus, for God the Father, and for us, His family, to understand that, hey, like, even though you were hurting, like, you were still asking for forgiveness for those people who were doing you wrong. Like, that is so painful. Number 4, the reason why God forgives is because He understands how we are made. He understands how we are made. Why? Because one, He is passionate about us. He understands how we are made. So there's passion, understands. He is pride. We are His pride and joy. And because we are His pride and joy, He loves us. He loves us because we are His pride and joy. We are His pride and joy because He understands. And He understands because He is passionate about us. So you tell me how you feel about everything that I have told you, and definitely we're gonna work on getting those the animals that you are concerned about. Let me know what I can do, or what subjects you are concerned about, because I already know we're concerned about the cows being being hurt. We're concerned about the cows. We're concerned about the whales. We're concerned about the turtles. We're concerned about the dogs in China. We're concerned about the cats also in China. We're concerned about the kids from the sweatshops that are being overly worked. We are concerned about the mother who does not have a husband and has to work so much because her husband's not there to help her support her kids. She is worried about like the next month's rent. She has no rest, and we are worried about her salvation because she's starting to lose hope, guys. She's starting to lose hope. The woman that has no husband. Okay. So then there is the woman that her husband died, and that woman is fighting for strength to keep herself up. She barely looks any good. She barely can put up her hair because she wakes up so early and she has so little energy, you guys. Or she wakes up so late and she has so little time. So let's also pray for the kids and the children that are coming up from those families, because they don't know what's normal anymore. We're just gonna pray that they understand that in this moment, all that really matters is our willing heart to make God's will for a better place on earth, but mostly on paradise, because we need to really get on that. We need to start working on paradise, because if we really want Jesus to come on earth and be here with us, we really need to make this a better place, because he needs to stop seeing all this, like, we need to stop having all these setbacks of like people killing each other. And with that, we will talk about mental health and spirituality. We really need that here on earth. So I want to open up a school for that. I hope you guys can also join me in my goals. My goals are your goals are my goals, and God's goals are our goals. Okay, so just keep up the good work, and subscribe, like my videos. Once again, Maribel Hernandez Trejo, Latina in California. Talk to you guys later. Love you so much, and don't doubt that, not even for 1 second. God bless you.